Welcome back, Magnum Opus podcast. Got our first guest today, Steve Scott. Going to talk about kind of some things we got going on and kind of how his world is. So, how's it going?
It's going good today, man.
Good.
I'm glad you guys were able to invite me over here.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show, Steve.
I love being with the Clowns, you know. We've got a lot of stories and things we've done together, so.
Yeah, so why don't you, we were talking about hemp and cannabis just the last episode there, so why don't you, I think we kind of met in that hemp cannabis space, so
Yes.
How'd you get in the hemp space?
All right. Well, let's say cannabis space.
Okay, let's say it's called cannabis.
Cannabis. We're going to be all-inclusive
Yes.
here, okay?
Yes.
So I would say I have a long history with cannabis from selling it in college, getting arrested for it, and then later on, after I graduated college, finding out I had cancer and using cannabis as a medicine to offset the chemotherapy I was going through. And then years later, incredible medical marijuana industry we have. Came back to Michigan, that was here, then recreational. Worked in the industry when I was down in Detroit metro area, and then when I moved up to where you guys were, I had started a hemp shop because the 2019 hemp farm bill came into effect, and we were able to have legal CBD, and you guys got in the industry, and I think a mutual friend vouched for both of us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about, Mr.
Yeah.
DV?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So then after that, we've been kind of doing business since, I think, right?
Yeah, we have. We've done a lot of business with Steve over the years here.
Yeah.
A lot of different aspects of the cannabis industry. So Steve went to, from smoking it to going to jail to selling it to, now
Curing
you're...
me.
Not
Curing me.
Yeah.
We can't say that.
It did not cure you.
That's not FDA approved.
No. No.
Help offset the side effects of the chemotherapy I went through. So
Yeah.
There you
make
go.
sure that we're...
So you're walking proof that, it obviously helped, did something. It didn't cure you.
No.
But-
I think, but my take on cannabis is let's reverse back, okay? Before cannabis prohibition, before 1937, when cannabis came illegal, we had the founding fathers had hemp. Okay, George Washington, all of them grew this. It was a cash crop at the time. So fast forward, 1937. There was booze was legal again. There was nothing for the agents to do, so they went after cannabis and they made it illegal. But before that, we had farmers growing hemp, and they were using it for textiles and industrial use. There was no CBD market back then. It was just what hemp was, and we had hemp in our the food system. Think about this: farmers were growing it, so then the pigs are eating it. They're the feral stuff. You got the chickens probably eating the hemp seeds and different things like that. So you had CBD in your diet. Look at America's health rates, like cancer and different stuff like that before 1937, very low. But there was also other stuff that happened after 1937s with petroleum and all this other stuff. But we had this cut out of our diet. So then we see America is less healthy. And, I think that's one of the aspects is this plant was made for us humans to have. If you look at, studies that show like mothers that breastfeed, there's CBD that they produce out of their endocannabinoid system, which is one of our largest systems in the human body that was only discovered in the 1990s. My wife went to U of M med school from 2008 to 2012, 2004 to 2008. Ask her, it's one of the top medical schools in the country. You ask her about the endocannabinoid system, she said maybe there was a page on it, you know what I mean? It's one of our largest systems that interacts with cannabinoids, So I think there's very good health benefits to it. To me, it's like people should look at it more like a daily supplement. You know what I mean? Something that we should include in our diet. For me, every day, a big component I don't know the word for that, but big advocate for CBG. And I think you've known that. I think I found a lot of uses for it. We've been working with CBG for
3.5 years probably.
Yeah, 3.5 years. And I'll tell you what, out of everything in the cannabis plant, CBG, the mother cannabinoid, I feel has the greatest impact on our human body. I've seen it impact many things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? From cancer to inflammation, to cognitive stuff. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I think that's one of our most important ones.
Yeah. Well, I know we've helped you with one of our companies, Ag Marvels. Supply all your cannabinoid products into your place over there. And I know CBG. We've heard just tons of those stories too, right? Coming back with people, might be kids with some autism or seizures, or cancer patients with better quality of life. I mean, just the list goes on and on. We've heard them, the testimonies, ourselves. I mean, it's awesome. And you set up a pretty cool deal over there, which I have not seen yet. Other people deal across the country, but like your tincture bar that you have, so people can come in and you make their own concoction of a tincture versus just going to, you go to your local dispensary maybe, and they might have a CBD or a CBG tincture on the shelf, but you'll actually blend exactly what they want or need, and then flavor it and stuff for them too. There, right?
Yeah. So, it's kind of crazy. So the way I got into the CBD shop is I had a dream about it one night, all right? And that was my first shop I had. Of course, I opened in 2019. November, you were there. You and Jamie were both there. You guys were one of the first products I had on the shelf with Heirloom Grow. And boom, then we got knocked out by a pandemic, whatever the hell that was, and killed my business, you know what I mean? And then I moved downtown Midland, and one night I had a dream, and I've always wanted to make it like a apothecary style thing, like why we have all these great medicine in the cannabis plant, but nothing's really like tailored to an individual. And I had a dream that we were able to like mix up the different ones, so 2-to-1s, 1-to-1s, CBD, CBG, THC, tea-free, tailor it for that, that patient, let's say. And then instead of having only 5 freaking flavors that are available, I want to be the Baskin Robbins. Was it Baskin Robbins?
31 flavors,
30,
I think.
I have
Yes.
42, okay?
42 flavors.
Yes, 42.
Yes.
So I had that dream, and I remember I called you the next day, and I said, Mike, I'm trying to do this, blah, blah. Maybe I called Blake. I don't even know. One of you two, but you said, yeah, I can do it. And I said, all right, let me figure this out. You know what I mean? So that's when I came up with the idea, and we moved to downtown Midland. And that's the whole concept of Craft Hemp Company is we want people to come in. We say is we're an education center that sells CBD. Because that was the reason why I opened the shop, was there was people about to flood the market with CBD with the hemp farm bill, and no one knew shit about it. And I had my start with it was with my dog. So this was when I was running through the medical marijuana industry, doing wholesale, working deals. I linked up with a company that was CBD, and they wanted to expand a pet line. I had a dog. She blew out a knee. We didn't know what was wrong with her. Took her to the vet, and she blew out like the ACL part, whatever it's called on a dog. And it was like, all right, she did really bad, so we're trying to make a decision on it. And then, boom, she popped out the other one. Shit. We just had my second kid. We just bought a brand new house. I'm cash poor at this point, and they're like 10 grand, and then we can't guarantee it's gonna hold, and it might happen again, blah blah blah. So I had CBD in front of me because I was working on a pet line. I said, all right, I know my own personal thing is cannabis helped me with chemotherapy. The THC did.
Yeah.
So I've read all this stuff on CBD. Let's now try it out. Well, that dog, I ended up treating her. We took care of her, and because I worked with someone in Texas that knew about this at the time, I wasn't educated on it like I am today, and she advised us, and I was able to treat this dog. Well, that dog lived for 8 years after that.
Really?
Just finally we had to put her down. She was the shop dog at Craft Hemp Company, and anyone that tells us that CBD is dangerous to dogs, they don't know what the hell they're talking about. You know what I mean? I have proof of it. Yeah. So we get crazy customers. I've had customer come in. Their vet said that they wanted to drug test the dog before it came back because they told the vet the dog was on CBD. I'm like, fucking joking me. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Recently, the people I had to deal with that they were trying to claim a neurological disorder the dog had before he even took CBD.
Right.
But the actual fucking CBD and CBG actually helped the dog out. And then they were trying to tell me there was heavy metals and pesticides. And we have all the tests. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right. Welcome to deal with the public, right?
Yeah. Well, I'm just trying to freaking help. You know what I mean? I'm sorry that I undercut all the medicine that you're trying to prescribe to this freaking dog and water therapy herpes and shit like that.
Well, because it was the vet that said that, right?
Yeah, two fucking vets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry. It's supposed to be a family show, I guess. I don't know why they fucking brought me on, though. I'm telling you that. My wife's not going to be happy that
We just upgraded our rating right there. We're no longer G.
But, shit, where was I going? I don't know. Fucking.
Yeah, the vets and stuff, they said that the...
Yeah,
Tell me that, yeah.
It was like, first there was too much THC in there. It was 0.004%.
Yeah. Way
saw
below
it.
compliant. Yeah, I sent you the full panel test and everything. Yeah.
No, the actual tincture we pulled out of the thing.
Yeah,
It
we
was
tested that. Yeah.
ridiculous. It was 0.004%. It was, at that point, it was so watered down. It was a small bottle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. That's interesting. Yeah, I know you've been through, the ringers over there, right? I mean, but the cool part about that is, I mean, all the people you've helped, we heard all the stories that we get and stuff too from people we deal with is pretty awesome, and even yourself, right? So you got, your own, story with battling cancer, overcome cancer. How many years ago was that?
Gosh, you're going to make me.
Yeah.
It's about almost 17.
17 years ago. Yeah.
Man, I'm getting old.
Cancer survivor. You would come out pretty much unscathed, right?
Oh,
It's close.
Close. Oh, come close. Let's tell the story, all right?
Okay.
So it's crazy because I live in Midland now, okay? Right? And that's the reason. I didn't live in Midland when I found out I had cancer, but I went back to Midland to play in a Gus Macker, okay? This is why basketball saved my life.
Okay. Basketball saved his life.
Yeah.
I played in Gus Macker. I played it with Steve Leifritz, who you know, and this other guy, Ty. And there's only 3 of us. We had no subs. And it's like 110 degrees out, August, 175% humidity. Just sucks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Of course, we're pretty badass. And
Of course.
high as a kite probably the whole time, but we won the Toilet Bowl championship.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's a trophy at least, all
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So we won that, and then on the way back, my nut hurt. But I'm telling you, I'm young. I'm fresh out of college. Just graduated college, so I'm a bull. You can't fuck with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
On my nuts at least. So of course I sat on them or something like that. Shit was hurting. I got home. I got sick as a dog. It was 100 degrees out that day and just cold. I was in this snowmobile suit, just shaking. And my wife Candace was in med school, and she was like, "Oh, that's weird." You know what I mean? So I'm like, whatever. I'll smoke another one and then just go to
Eat
bed.
a few mushrooms, something?
No, not yet. But
Oh, okay.
a little later. I mean, that was previous, but then later too.
Yeah, I understand.
So the next day I went to work. I remember I was in Jackson, Michigan. I was selling ads for Auto Trader magazine, and all of a sudden, just someone griped down on my left testicle and fell on the ground and screamed like a little bitch, and just got up, jumped in my car, drove to Ann Arbor, found the first doctor to get me in. Dude thought I had a STD, wouldn't even mess with me. I'm like, no, dude, you know what I mean? And then he comes back in the room, takes a fucking pen and rubs on the inside of my thigh. He's like, oh, I'm going to send you to the ER. So he sent me over to the ER, and next thing I know, I got this big-ass dude rubbing shit on my nuts. Fucking, I'm like asking him, should you buy me dinner first? Like, come on, And then the look on his face, I'm like, you.
Somebody tell me what's going on. Yeah.
You're not supposed to tell me what's going on, and that
Right.
you're not supposed to have that look,
Right.
So it was like, it was like boom, boom. Found out it was testicular cancer, removed, scanned. It was getting to stage 2, so then we had to make a decision. And what's crazy about that? So I think this story just needs to come out because it just kind of full circles who I am. So I had sold cell phones in college, the last part, and this was before everyone had cell phones, and we made money. So I was selling them part-time in college in Ann Arbor and Lansing. I was at CMU, by the way, Fire Up Chips. You got to do it while we're here.
Right.
So I was trying to get a job after college with T-Mobile out of their Detroit office. Okay. So the day I found out I had to do chemotherapy, they called me and said, "Hey, Steve, we got a job for you." And it was a job I've wanted for a long time. And I said, "Hey, man, I got cancer. I just found out I got to do chemo. Can we wait a little bit?" "No, we need you to start on Monday." Fuck.
Yeah.
I tell you, you ever been just disappointed, like you think God shit on you? I'm pretty sure that was that moment for me.
Yeah.
So, needless to say, I had a job, and one day I decided to take a walk. I was with my dog, and we had just moved to the outskirts of Canton, Ypsilanti. My wife was at med school at U of M. and we rented this house on 50 acres. It had a bass pond. There's rolling 20 behind it. There's a wood line, then another 20 that I never had gone into before, you know. So one day I'm taking a walk with one of the dogs I had, and I think I'm cussing God out. Like, dude, you're an asshole, you know what I mean? Like, I'm young, I just got out of college, like, I want to shine, like, that's the job I wanted to. Like, why do we have to do this bullshit, probably little F-bombs to him. And all of a sudden I'm walking, and in the distance, you know, the grass is like, you know, this. In the distance, I see these green plants in just one area. I'm like, what the fuck is that? You know, I'm like, check this out. Just walk up. Dude, it's 2 weed plants in the middle of the field.
Really?
No path in there, no nothing. No houses around there. The property was what I was renting, you know what I mean? 2 fucking plants sitting there. And I took pictures with my cell phone. I think I had something probably cool at the time, like a razor or something. And I ran back to the house, and I told my wife, who was my girlfriend at the time or whatever, and I said, hey, I just found these plants. She said, no, you didn't. And I was like, showed her some pictures, and she's like, I don't know where you got those pictures from. I pulled out a big old fan leaf, and I gave it to her. Holy shit. So the crazy thing about this is those plants, they lined up with them being harvested and dry, you know, cured and everything with my chemotherapy start date.
Really?
Really?
To me, it was, God was like, listen, dude, put you in a shitty position right now, and you don't understand the reason I'm doing this right now,
Yeah.
but I'm going to give you this cannabis medicine, you know what I mean? Like, this is my olive branch to you, you know what I mean? And the fact that the optimal cure date was my day that I started chemotherapy.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Now, I had a family that was anti-marijuana because I got arrested for it in college for 2 freaking ounces, which I can legally carry today in Michigan, you know what I mean? And end up doing 2 weeks in jail on some BS. So they were anti it, but they saw what that did for me.
Yeah.
You know, stimulating my appetite, getting rid of my anxiety, just kind of helped me relax. You know, after you do chemotherapy, is people realize as you go sit in a fucking chair like this with an IV in your arm all day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It sucks, and you're just putting chemicals that are killing your body. And then the ability to smoke before and after, I mean, that made me get through that. It was 6 weeks I had to do that. It's pretty intense, like 5 days a week. You start at like 7 something in the morning, you're there till like 3:30 in the afternoon, just straight getting freaking fluid shoved in you all day long. And one guy died while I was in there, sitting in like this big, you know, you're in chairs, everyone's in this shit. One of the dudes died while I was doing chemo when I was in there.
Oh.
I don't know if he did, but I'm pretty sure he did.
It's a good story.
Shit, come here and hijack the podcast.
Wow.
Sure we didn't eat mushrooms?
Yes. Yeah, did you eat mushroom before this podcast?
Hey. Or a little secret.
All right.
like,
All right. That's fair.
Sorry.
Wow.
That's a great story, man. It's an awesome story.
So, you know, that's.
I mean, the ending was well too, obviously, right?
Yeah.
So that's
Oh
good.
yeah. So yeah. So no, this is. You know, let me finish that story. Actually, it keeps going. So yeah, I got through the chemotherapy and everything like that. Did great, you know, and as soon as I was done and I was on the mend, you know what I mean? Guess what? Timo called me and said, hey, we got a job for you, Steve. Are you all better now? You know what I mean?
Really? Yeah.
So I needed to keep the job at Auto Trader because I was able to, if I came back to work every so often days, I was getting paid full, you know, instead of going on disability or part, whatever that is, 60% pay or whatever. So I needed that job at Auto Trader to be able to get the job at T-Mobile later.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And, you know, I spent 5 years with that company in Detroit and Atlanta, too. So that was a good job for me. So it was like, what I always think is, like, God, he tests me with patience. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? He always, you know, you don't understand the bigger picture.
No, he knew the bigger picture, what was going on, yeah.
No, we want to see, like, this, you know what I mean? And that's like one of the reasons, like, if you look me up, you'll find articles and find stuff where I'm quoting Jesus and cannabis, you know, like hemp heals and Jesus saves, you know, that's one of our lines that we use. In the Bible, you know, you get Michael Toohey, he'll preach about this, about, you know, how the hash oil was used in the Bible, and I don't know if it's when they rub their feet or whatever, or they're anointed.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, he's
yeah,
told
I've
me
seen
that.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen it.
You want
Yes.
a guy that will talk medical about this stuff.
Oh man,
You know, that
I have to bring Mike on the show. Is that what he's saying?
4-part episode.
Oh, man.
4 blunts worth of.
Oh,
you
man.
guys make this a smoking room.
We definitely have to make this a smoking room in here. Yes, we can probably do that.
Hey,
Though.
shout
Yeah,
out Mike Dewey on that one, all right, buddy?
Yeah.
Yes.
I name dropped
Yes.
you, don't worry.
Yes. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. So that's kind of how you got in the. I mean, been in the cannabis, industry.
Yep.
A better part of your life, right?
Yeah.
And it's been going. Now you got the craft hemp company over there.
Craft
Been
Hemp
going
is-
good.
Yeah, 5 years. We've been 5 years, and we got Craft Juice Company now. We just opened that up. Ain't gonna lie, last 4 years the economy sucks. If anyone's been noticing,
Yep.
so we had to bring in new revenue streams. But we're also trying to bring like healthy options to the town.
Yeah. No, it's awesome. I was over to the juice company the other day, and I brought the girls over there, a couple of my daughters, and had some juices. It was really good. So you got the juice company now with the hemp shop over there in Midland, and I mean it's pretty cool.
1-2 punch,
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
go get your juice and
It's
have them
nice.
squirt a little bit of CBD oil
Yeah.
from Ag Marbles in there.
There you go.
You're good to go.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah.
That's a nice place you got going.
Yes,
So
yes.
Yeah. Yeah. What are the like you've said, the stories and stuff? I think it'd be good to like the especially the cancer stories and stuff. I mean, you got
From the shop?
Yeah, from the shop. I mean, you got
You know-
probably dozens of those, don't
But
you?
here's the thing, you guys don't realize that you guys formulated something good, okay?
Yeah.
But I made it great.
it's fair.
Yeah.
It's fair.
Right.
No, I'm.
That's why we brought you on the podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
That's why we're here.
Podcast,
Yeah.
But these
Yes.
guys had formulated a hemp RSO, okay?
Yeah.
We did.
And I made it greater because we added what?
CBG.
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 Yeah.
Yep.
That's
We did
the
not.
key
We
right
did
there.
not. Yeah, we didn't have the pure form of CBG in there.
Right.
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you is that product is phenomenal. We have this is the thing is being the cannabis guy, it's hard to get credibility. I want to shout on the rooftop about this stuff. We'll talk about like placenta protein later, but that's a different topic.
Yes,
If
yes.
the First guy in Michigan to have it, by the way.
Yes. Yes. It's the next episode.
That's the next episode. But your product, man, has helped so many people in the Great Lakes Bay region. I'm going to tell you that. And that thing, I've seen people that have been, the doctor's done with them.
Yeah.
Because we're going to give you quality of life. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And they walk in, they start doing that. And then next thing you know, year and a half later, the doctor's bringing them back in so that they can use modern medicine because what happened? Why is there less of it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One lady, I walked in. I walked in. We get free samples of the RSO sometimes in like little capsules. You know
Okay.
what I mean?
Yep.
We'll do a boosted with CBG, and then we'll do a CBN one, and we'll just do that. I'm taking my when I sold weed. First, it's for free. I go, you'll come back.
Yes. Yes.
So-
You got the hook. It's kind of like the hook.
Yep.
With the hook in there.
So, but this one lady came in and just got a little sample of the RSO in a capsule, and she has like some kind of skin thing that creates its cancerous spots or whatever. And she just kept dabbing on that for a couple days, and it flaked off and fell off. And she showed me the freaking pictures. She showed me the scars that she would normally have when the doctors would have to remove it.
Right.
I mean, that one was what I saw in my eyes, and this wasn't even the person that bought it,
Yeah.
And what the great thing is you guys have worked with us on a really good price for that product, so we're able to, people that have a medical condition,
Yeah.
we have a discounted price for them.
Sure.
Nice.
Joe Schmo walks in, you're not going to get the same price as, whoever has cancer, whatever,
Right.
you know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah.
We're there to help the community out.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's awesome.
awesome,
And we've heard, tons of those stories too. That's great what you're doing over there. You got some new businesses over there too. I know that you guys are just starting over there, which we talked about. Maybe, I know you're just in the forefront of getting some things turned out. Maybe we'll have you back. That's probably one of their episode of talk there on.
Yes,
yeah.
the
On,
next episode is going to be about anti-aging and what we can do for you. Because
Yes.
I feel like fucking Superman right now. I'm gonna
Yes.
say that.
Yes. He's
Yeah.
on some stuff, and the stuff you're on is legal.
It's legal.
Yes,
It's totally legal?
Totally
Okay.
legal.
So not the norm what you do, but this stuff
Yeah.
is actually.
You didn't go to jail for this one.
No, we're not
Okay.
going to jail
No jail
for
for
this
this
one.
one.
This
Alright.
is we're going to be the first people in Michigan to bring it to market here.
That's awesome.
We're going to do it
awesome.
for injectable for med spa. It's anti-aging. it's crazy.
That's cool.
Honestly,
Yeah.
That's why
Yeah.
I made sure I took it first.
Yeah, you're guinea pig.
Relatively
You're good
high.
at that, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it fits you well.
Yeah.
You know, you do that a lot.
You know
so.
what though? Sometimes you got to try it before you buy it.
You do.
Right, yeah.
I got to make sure it's good. You know that's the deal with the CBD shop, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
You got to send me samples.
Right.
You want your shit in my shop?
Right.
You got to try it out.
Yep.
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 You know what I
exactly.
mean? You got to make sure no one has any bad reactions, and you
Right.
got to send more than one because we got a couple testers in the shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need more than one sample. Yeah.
Yeah.
You really are the real Steve will do it.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. That's awesome.
So
Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't know that. I didn't know that story about you. I knew that obviously the cancer and stuff, but I didn't know all the rest of it. That's nuts.
Yeah.
that really does bring it, like you said,
My
full
drink's
circle
gone.
and stuff.
Just so you know.
refill, man. Refill.
Yeah.
Refill. I like the logo though. Who did that?
Yeah,
Kind
I
of
did.
looks like a logo that we
Blake?
worked on together with.
yeah, I did that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I feel
Blake did that.
You took some.
So what are you gonna say that you designed the logo now too?
Well, I might have been inspiration for it. Honestly.
Right. Very inspirational.
So make sure we
Yeah.
get Mike back in here on the camera before we talk about. I'm gonna take some credit for this. And
Oh,
Okay.
the inspiration for it.
Because I don't even know. I don't even know the story behind that.
you don't
so
know
this
what
would be
he's
good
getting
for me.
at?
You don't know what I'm good at, but I like
Oh,
the
come
cross
on.
in there.
Yeah.
And then you got the chalices up there.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it kind of looks like Royal Echelon. I don't know who you guys worked with, whoever helped.
We should have named that
take
something
the
different.
Royal Echelon. It was available domain at the time.
Yes. Yes. It does.
Yeah.
It does have a resemblance. I mean, it has the
But
black,
The black
and
and the
the
It
gold.
looks like it should be a cigar wrapper.
That's.
honestly.
Thank you.
You know,
Yeah, is
maybe
that what
we're
it
gonna. Maybe we're coming out with
Ooh.
Cigars.
Oh,
Maybe.
Yeah,
maybe
Yep.
a little prelude right there.
Yeah.
Potentially.
It makes more sense now.
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
I have no idea we are speaking Latin these days, honestly.
Yeah. You don't know what Magnum Opus stands for? Is that what you're
I
telling
can
me?
barely read. I graduated
understand.
college, but I can barely
Yes.
read. I'll tell you that. My
Yes.
best friends will tell you that too.
Yeah. Yeah. It's your best. Your best work of art.
Yeah.
Your best.
Great.
You know.
The greatest
that's
work
greatest.
of art.
Saying that.
Yes.
The greatest.
The greatest work
Yes.
of
Your
art.
greatest
I,
work of art.
I don't think I've done it yet.
No. You're
The thing is,
not.
you never
You're
wanna
still
just-
climbing,
you
man.
Never,
You're-
Right.
You never want to say this is,
This
So,
is it. You haven't reached the pinnacle. You're not there.
so I got a story. Someone I know
Yes.
has got an uncle that's got a face tattoo. Okay, and he did it himself.
Fair.
And
Fair. Oh.
It doesn't really
Okay.
look that good.
Okay.
But,
Doing your own face tattoo? I can't
Yeah.
believe it didn't turn out.
That's
weird.
Touched up, you'll figure it out.
It's weird. Yeah.
So my buddy and I were discussing this, and I told him, I said, "Hey, I get you in a lot of shit, okay? It's a fun shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're adventurous." But I said, if I ever come up to you and said, "Hey, I got like a masterpiece in me. It's one face tat. You know what I mean? We're doing this. You should quit being friends with me."
Yeah. Yeah.
Got one
That's fair.
masterpiece in me. That's it.
That's fair.
Yeah.
For the family.
Nice. Nice. Very well.
Yeah. That's kind of what this is. I mean, what did I text you today? This is the best day
best day
of your life.
Of my life.
You may have reached the pinnacle today, actually.
Yes.
Shit.
This is your. I mean, this is our
Superman,
magnum
though.
opus.
Yeah. Well, makes sense, too,
See?
doesn't it?
But that's not the pinnacle. We're just keep going from here.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can get bigger than this. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, maybe if we have you
all
back.
3 viewers. That's great. Hey, Jamie, Candace, Macy.
Maybe if we have you back.
Wow. One and done, guys.
So,
yeah.
It was a good run.
It's a good run. Thanks.
Thanks
Yeah.
Thanks.
very much.
Thanks.
sign will be on eBay tomorrow.
Yeah. I'm telling you, are we selling the furniture? I could use this from some of the
Yeah.
offices.
Yeah.
Those
We might have some stuff for sale after today.
When you guys
We're
have
probably
that
going to get canceled after this.
fire
Yeah, exactly.
sale, you know
Yes.
what I mean?
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll take
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Speaking of the fires, we talked about that last episode.
Yeah.
What's your take on the fires out
You
west,
know what
man?
I take.
I think we do.
I
I
think-
think we're
yeah.
we're curious.
Take, okay, but like I'm looking at it like this. Okay, it's coincidental that the area that burned. All right,
Coincidental.
seems like there's a lot of
The route.
what's that?
the route.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, hey, Diddy and everything. There's some fucked up people in Hollywood. All right, I
Yeah.
would not be out there, and I think they're into some really sick, evil shit. It's wickedness. But are we trying to burn up stuff to cover up stuff? But then also, are we making routes for smart cities or 15-minute cities, whatever the hell they're called?
Yeah.
And then, perfect for the 2028 Olympics. Is that what it is?
Yeah. 2028 Olympics. Yeah.
Seems like an easy way to kind of like clear out stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I think something. There is the world these days. There's good and evil. You can tell it. And that's all I can say. And for me, it's getting right with Jesus. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I've done that. I always tell people I'm a good bad guy. I tell my kids this too.
Yeah.
I'm a good bad guy. You know what I mean? I'm not perfect. I have not been perfect my whole life, but I do try to do the best and be the best person I can for to at least God's love in, God's love out. You know what I mean? Type of thing and stuff. But today it's like we have this war going on, and I think the light is starting to win again, and we have Monday we got to changing office, and I'm going to tell you this, and I'm a libertarian, so I don't give a shit really what you do. I just want to go to my gay friend's wedding and drink my beer with my gun and smoke my weed and not pay taxes. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really give a shit.
Yeah, so you want all of
You
it.
want gay couples to protect their marijuana plants with guns?
Yeah, I don't care. Whatever they want to do. Just don't push that shit on my kids. Let kids be kids. You know what I mean? I don't need to program the kids and stuff like that. Like, let them be young and just carefree,
kids,
type of thing.
Yeah, watch cartoons and
But it's like all these people that got ruffled about Trump. You know what I mean? When he got elected, and I saw it, and I'm friends with him, and a lot of people think I'm super liberal because I'm in cannabis, and I know you guys don't get that because you guys look like Republicans.
Thanks.
Probably got a gun on each other right now. But they got all ruffled up, and at the end of the day, as you couldn't see any light in the situation, like with RFK coming on. You know what I mean? Make America Healthy agenda.
Right.
Like they didn't even get behind that, and I'm like, you hate a man that much?
Yeah, that just it's even so divided yet, right? I mean, it's just
and that's the way that they conquer us. They want us to divide. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You guys hate each other, and then we're gonna money launder between us and Ukraine for a while here. And it's just
burn some city down, and you keep fighting.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we have gotten crazy the last 4 years, and being a retail business owner, that shit has been ridiculous. Honestly,
I can imagine.
And I feel bad for people. You know, especially we have people that are older on fixed incomes, and CBD helps them. Well, now they go to the grocery store. That bill's way more expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Gas is $3.13 yesterday. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They're paying more for that. Everything's freaking expensive.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, we see it around here all the time too. You know, all these businesses, there's leaseholds for lease everywhere. You know, all these. It's that whole shopping. You know, like the shopping mall. We've been to a couple of shopping malls here lately, and that's a different experience, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's one. I know the ones over in Midland. Is there even anything there anymore? The Midland Mall. I mean, is that even a thing?
Like a baseball team's got.
I know. It's just different, right? I mean, all that stuff left, about COVID time, and it's never come back. It's never going to come back, right? But
I think people have changed up in technology. You know what I mean? It's just craziness.
Well, we were just talking. You were talking about making sure you're getting right with Jesus. I think we had these conversations just literally a couple days ago with this new technology and stuff that's out there. We're trying to stay in the forefront of some of the stuff, but some of the stuff is like with this new AI technology. Like people talk AI, because they think of like Chat GPT. It's like, Chat GPT made a personal assistant for me, whatever. Yeah. But the stuff that's really there, the back end of this stuff, is so crazy. What these bots and stuff are able to do. I mean, they're all this self-thinking that's going on.
You're just starting to talk about bots.
It's crazy.
My friends have been on those for years because that's how they all won all these damn shoes that got released in the money, you know what I mean? Like I got buddies that have bots for years and years.
Yes.
And years,
Yeah. I mean, we got involved with some guys here recently that are making their own AI bots. In fact, they're constructing some for us right now too, where they'll go and they'll run your social media, do your management for you. I mean, there's some bots that are even doing your interviewing and hiring process and stuff for you.
It's real personal assistant.
It's crazy what the level this is going to.
So we just opened an ENT clinic in Midland. My wife's the ear doctor. She's phenomenal. Cochlear implants. Different conversation, but every time I'm on these companies' calls and they've got we're doing Zoom call and they all got their bot that's on there too, taking notes.
Yeah.
They sent me the transcripts, and I'm like, this shit is getting crazy.
Yeah,
man.
it's nuts.
Well, it moves so fast too. The thing is even us talking about it now, we could talk about the most up-to-date stuff right now, and in 2 minutes from now,
It's done.
It's done. Yeah. It's in the past, and it's old news.
So
and
when do they take over? That's what I'm wondering.
Well, so
Right.
that's
You know,
that's the
like,
thing to talk about is the fact
throw
of
my
that.
fucking phone out. I'm like,
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing.
it's
They've
gonna
got-
blow up in your pocket.
Yeah, some of the stuff where, like I said, they're creating these bots where some of these are taken over to where they've set up their own cryptocurrency wallets and they're out making their own money now and they're doing their own crypto trading. That there's actually a couple that are actually hiring human beings now
To work for them.
You're my
bitch, come here.
Exactly.
Come here.
I'm serious.
Let me ask
It's
you
out
this,
there,
though.
man. It's happening right now.
Are these bots paying taxes? That's what I want to know. Because the
Yeah.
IRS, if you're watching this, you
Yes,
you go after
exactly.
these fuckers. You know what I mean? Like, 'cause
I'm sure
if
they're not.
late a day,
No.
You're penalizing me. I'll
Yeah,
tell you that.
it's crazy. I mean, the
Yeah.
level people don't realize the level this stuff's getting to right now, and it's out of this world. And that's what I'm saying. It's kind of hit like this. I don't know, the exponential curve or whatever, where we got this big growth of this, and then we hit that point where it's just we're like
up.
straight up vertical
Yeah.
with where these things are going and how fast this technology is moving nowadays. Is just it blows most people's minds. That 90% of the people they talk to on the phone anymore, they think they're talking to humans. They're not. I
So
mean,
they put like foreign accent on them or something like that.
yeah.
But they're no bot or person.
yes, exactly. It's crazy.
It is crazy. I mean, you can't.
So
You cannot
like,
tell.
When Blake comes home with like a robot AI girlfriend, you're not gonna be surprised then.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna be surprised. You know what I mean?
She keeps.
Yeah.
You just,
Yeah.
Yeah, turn it off.
Turn it off.
Yeah.
Turn it off. Unplug it.
I'm done.
Yes, I'm done.
got her own crypto wallet.
Yes, yeah, she's doing good.
Yeah,
She's
you're
a little
doing good,
crypto
baby. You're
trading
doing
for
good.
me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Don't worry about her. Just plug her in.
Yeah.
Oh man, can you imagine that? Like, dudes ain't have to leave their house and live in the basement of their parents' house. And
There's
Yeah.
guys that do it right
sex
now.
bots and-
Yeah, with the Oculuses and VRs and stuff, people wake up, that's their job. I mean, they wake up, put the headset on, go to work, they do this, they get done, they go to the casino, and then they take it off and go to bed. I mean, it's
Fucking, how much cancer rates are we gonna have?
Yeah. The stuff
like,
strapped to your body
yeah,
everywhere.
right to your face.
Honestly, like for me, like my testicular cancer is on my left side, and I freaking used to have those old Nextels. You know what I mean? Like, what kind of radiation shit?
Yeah. Oh,
You
yeah.
know what I mean? Like,
Oh,
it
yeah.
was right up next to my nut, just blasting it. you
Yeah.
know?
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, all the
Right.
first cell phones, they weren't watching that. You know what I mean?
No.
Like Johnny Cochran, he had acoustic neuroma in his ears because he was one of the first people that used cell phones,
Really?
probably the back phones. And he talked. He's an attorney. He talked
Yeah,
on the phone
yeah.
all the time. So he had acoustic neuroma, and they had to get it. It's like a tumor inside your ear. So that actually wipe does those. So that's why we know about it. And honestly, when I've had my head scanned, there's something abnormal there. Okay?
That's weird.
Really?
Yeah.
No shit.
So, but here's the thing is,
I'd have never thought that.
I worked in the cell phone industry.
Yeah.
Even before I was in the like when I was in college.
Yeah.
I had freaking the Sidekick, T-Mobile Sidekick, and a Nextel at the same time. I don't know why I carried two phones. I wasn't even dealing drugs or anything at that time. But
Well, you were selling some
I
apparently.
was selling
Right.
them. Yeah, selling some. But we all had buddies that would customize their people's Nextels and put ringtones on them. There wasn't that shit. You couldn't do that.
Can't buy that stuff. No.
Yeah. So we did that for. I mean, I've always been hustling. So one of the
Yep.
hustles we had at one time in college and stuff like that. So I'm always wondering. I'm kind of an early adapter of cell phones myself personally. Like the Android phone, I had the first Android phone before it came out. I worked
Nice.
for T-Mobile. I was a beta tester for them, so I would get the Blackberries and all the
Really?
Windows phones, and then we came out with Android on the G1. That was the first one. I had that like 2 months before it came out, and was given feedback on it, and that's when I was living in Atlanta. And I actually had someone. I was at BET, had the BET Awards in Atlanta, and my wife and I were out at the W Hotel down there, and they're where all the celebs were staying and stuff. And Lil Wayne's people approached me because they noticed the phone and
Really?
were trying to buy it off me for Lil Wayne. And I told them that I'd get fired from my job, but if you took me back to the studio with Wayne and I smoked with him, I'd let him play with it, and they never took me back.
They didn't.
They said they were. They said,
That story didn't end very well.
No, it didn't. It didn't.
No.
But I got some crazy Atlanta stories too. We did 5 years down there. That was a fun town.
Really?
Yeah. I bet.
Yeah.
I bet.
Yeah.
And you're down in this cell phone. So that's when you're doing the cell phones down there, right?
Yeah, I did a little bit of T-Mobile, and then I worked for a company called ZTE, which is a Chinese smartphone manufacturer.
Oh, okay.
That job was pretty cool. Got to work. We sponsor like 5 NBA teams, so
Wow.
got to like work with them. And then in Houston with the Rockets, we put on. They did a street ball competition, kind of like Gus Macker 3-on-3. So I was able to we sponsored that with them, and I went down there and recruited like a professional dunker I had on team.
Nice.
5'10". Shout out to him.
Nice.
So we played with that, and then after that, I had a circuit of like professional dunkers I hung out with for a while because. Met this one guy, Porter. He's 5'5", and he's a dunk champion. He dunked over Shaq.
Really?
No way.
I met him in Grand Rapids. He's a Michigan guy. And then took him down to Cleveland when the Cavs and the Warriors were playing each other in the finals. Probably like, I don't know, 2016, I don't run on there or whatever. But we had like a dunk competition, and I got to like hang out with all these dunkers, bring them in there. And some of these guys taught me how to jump at that time. So like when I was in my 30s, I was like kind of getting up with them.
White man jumping.
Yeah, I try my best, man.
Yeah,
I got
alright.
a good vertical.
All right.
Yeah, 42. I can still.
All right, you can still get there.
Rim, you
All
know
right.
what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Yeah. We go to the gym every day, right? I mean, you're like every other day. You're like doing some sort of kickboxing.
Boxing.
Or it's
So-
just straight up boxing.
He's basically Rocky.
yeah, I try 3-4 days out of the week to work out, and also another big thing I think is good is like steam or some kind of heat.
Yeah.
Definitely,
Yeah.
I do steam because that's what I have access to. But I've been doing for the last couple of years boxing, and got a personal trainer, Isaac. What up? Shout out to him.
Nice.
I go to him. We'll do first part of it. We'll just work out different things. You know, you might get crazy with it. My big old tractor tire in the parking lot flipping over and stuff. You know, some Rocky type shit. And then we'll do a bunch of like half-hour mitt work and stuff like that. It's great, man. I love. It's a great workout, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
yeah.
Especially, I like to do it on a Friday.
Yep.
You had a hell of a week, man. You know how
Oh,
this
yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Like I call you all the time. How do I juggle multiple businesses without, like I'm like sell me the Cliff Notes or something
Right,
right now,
yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
And get that Friday workout with in the gym, and I love it because it's like a boxing gym. you
Yeah.
know? It's,
No, yeah.
It's
Some therapy. Some therapy
No,
for the
no.
soul.
Oh, I see your videos though.
It's
Yeah.
not video.
Oh, yeah,
it's real
not
Rocky
clean,
shit.
It's grimy.
Yeah,
you know
oh,
what
yeah.
I mean? Like it's in
Yeah.
Saginaw, we're in the city. It's
Yeah.
a old
Yeah.
old ass church that they run out the gym and they made into a boxing gym, and it's
Yeah.
makes me
Yeah.
feel.
Yeah.
I'm from Saginaw too, so I
Nice.
don't mind it.
Yeah.
We need
That's
to get
awesome.
you out there.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Do some charity
Should-
boxing if you want to.
Really?
Any one
Yeah.
of you guys?
Really?
You were
No.
supposed. You let me down on that.
Yeah, I thought you called somebody
You were
else in
supposed
Midland,
to.
didn't you?
I don't
Like
think
publicly.
he wanted to smoke. I'll
Public-
tell you guys that. I don't think
publicly-
he wanted to smoke. Evan, I'll put 1,000 up for charity. We can do it. I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah. This is a
Yeah.
guy. Then their
He
business
talked too much
owner.
shit. Yeah,
Business
talked too
owner in
much
Midland.
shit,
You called his ass out, and he never
Yeah.
showed up.
Yeah, he don't.
boxing
he don't want
match?
to smoke. He don't want it.
No, he can't handle
Can't
it.
afford it.
He knows. He knows he
Can't
can't handle
afford
it. He probably can't afford it either. No.
You got to run that shit, but don't talk shit.
Yeah.
That's fair. Yeah.
But I knew you guys would be there, though, right?
100%.
I was gonna sponsor it. I
think-
told you.
yeah,
that.
we
were
I
gonna
said I was gonna
sponsor the event.
sponsor it.
Here's
Magnum
the thing,
Opus was
if I
sponsoring
could-
I was
the
gonna
event.
buy your
If I
robe.
could get we'll get the belt like that.
Yeah.
You know, like,
Absolutely.
We'll put that on the line. That's
Yeah.
a championship.
I was
belt
gonna
right there.
sponsor your corner, get you a robe, your gloves, the whole bit.
Oh, the gloves. That'd be a good one right there.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was kind of disappointed in that Tyson. What's that? What?
Tyson and Paul.
You guys think it's scripted?
100%.
100% it was.
Come on, man. Yeah, you seen
Yeah,
Iron Mike
it's-
out there.
yeah,
sending
that was not-
videos
that
and
wasn't Iron Mike, no,
Like,
no.
who the fuck was this guy?
No.
Like, what happened to his knees? Did they super glue him?
No.
He couldn't
It's
move.
bad.
He
But-
could tell he was so like sad and let down to himself. I think biting his glove and sitting up there and just wouldn't do anything. Like, cause he's got two modes, right?
Yeah.
He's got no, and I'm gonna kill you.
Well, he's got sure mode too. He's got 3 modes.
They call that.
He does have that. But it's like, did they give him like, is this like Illuminati deal? All right, it was like a humiliation ritual. That's what I'm always wondering. You know what I mean? Like, you want to go down some conspiracy, some hot takes with me today?
Yeah.
I think Mike just got paid. I think he got paid.
I
Put
think
some
it's
money.
Jake Paul
You
going.
stayed the whole fight.
Yeah.
You got the max
Yep.
contract
Yep.
on that.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Don't kill our boy. That's all you got to do.
Well,
Yeah.
I swear it looked like one point you pulled him in. It's like, chill out,
Oh,
Mike, chill
yeah.
out. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean,
You know what's
that guy,
happening.
I don't care if how old is he? 50, Is he older than
58, 59, something like that. Yeah.
You no way you're taking a punch from that motherfucker.
Not one.
You know what I mean?
No,
No.
not still today. No way. No way.
Right. He's
So,
Iron Mike.
Yeah.
no. What was that talk about the Dubai,
Yeah.
Sheik guy or whatever going to come
See
over
that?
here and finance another fight because he wanted to see the real one?
See,
Is that still a thing? I haven't
my
heard much
life
about
has
that.
been down in the weeds for the last 2 months. So
Yeah.
like, I am pop culture like at a zero.
Yeah, I don't know. I heard a little bit
I'm here
about
for you
that.
guys to-
He was
Yeah.
going to fund it for, to the tune of like, if they made 30-40 million on the last show, like he was tuning this thing to like $300-400 million, but
Yeah,
he wanted
for the
to see a
winner.
real fight.
What?
The winner.
Okay, so let's on that conversation there. Have you guys? I think Rogan did a podcast about it. Those guys that want to do that Olympics. I can't remember what it's called. Where they didn't give a shit what you're on as long as you tell them what it is. So like what they want to do is have people like if you're on whatever, you just let us know, and
Yeah.
you have the best in the world compete. And there's
Right.
and if you break a world record, you get $1 million. These guys like didn't give a shit. That's what I'm at.
Yeah.
I
That'd be
can't remember
awesome.
what it's called, but whatever that is, that will be a good one. And they're not doing so they're smart because they're like the Olympics is stupid costly. You got to go
Yeah.
and build a whole village. And,
Yeah. Burn one down, whatever.
well, yeah, burn it down first. And make
Yeah, they gotta
music
rebuild
cool,
it.
Of course,
Yeah.
maybe they'll turn the water on for that.
Yes.
But that's a different conversation.
Yeah.
Those smelt. I'm telling you. But yeah, the Olympic Village. Think how shitty they are. Shit happens in there. You know what I mean? But where they're doing it is like, this will be track. They'll rent the track out for the day, and people, will, you know what I mean, can run. And then another city might be doing a different sport. You know what I mean? So they're
Yeah.
not putting everyone in. They're doing it different times. So that will be a good one to watch.
Yeah, that'd be
Hopefully they
interesting.
put a boxing in there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be cool to see some like, it's like, who's the guys that were juicing up? Mark McGuire, was it him and Sammy Sosa?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, I think yeah. Yep.
Remember that when they were doing that and just slamming
Back in the
balls
day?
out of the park?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
How I would
Everybody loved to watch them slam balls out of the park, though, right?
all these you know what? If you want to do like I'm a libertarian, you want to do steroids or whatever?
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
Send
drink
it.
Right.
nuts and have a heart attack
Yeah.
and die, whatever.
You want to eat
or-
placentas?
Hey, we're not eating it, all right, Mike?
All right, whatever you did with it.
Whatever.
Whatever you did with it. Suppository. I don't know what you did
Yeah.
with it.
It's
but-
probably.
Right up in the hole. But if these guys want to get juice and you just want these meatheads to go out after each other, like,
Yeah.
let's do it. This is
Yeah.
gladiator style. You know what I mean?
For sure. Well, especially
I'm into
anymore.
the Coliseum, like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
that place when it was in its prime, like,
That'd been the
there's some
the
crazy
thing.
shit.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? We're seeing this stuff. I don't know how many
Yeah.
hundreds or thousand years
Thousands
ago.
years,
yeah,
thousand,
yeah.
right,
Prep, yeah.
Jesus time.
Yeah,
2000
around
years
there.
ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Have you watched
Interesting.
Gladiator 2 yet? Second one? I'm sure you've seen the first one.
yes, I've seen the first one.
You haven't seen the
No,
second
it was
one?
the second one.
Just
It
came
just-
out.
just come out.
Yeah, we just
Just come
watched
out.
it the other day.
Once
Yeah.
again, I don't know what's going on in pop
He's been
culture,
busy.
but
We're gonna get
Right,
that. That's
yeah,
gonna be the
yeah.
next podcast.
Yeah.
Next one.
Next
you guys,
time we invite him
fill
in,
me
maybe
the
in
last,
like
6 months of what's going
Right.
on. Like
3 years,
Not in
we'll invite him back.
conspiracy theories, but like we'll say pop culture. Okay?
Right, pop
So you
culture.
let me know how the Kardashians are doing and everything.
Yes.
like that?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll keep it to date.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, no,
Sweet.
that one just came out. I mean, it's not as good as the
The
first one.
Kardashians did?
No, the Gladiator 2.
Gladiator 2,
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
good.
It's
Yeah,
good. I mean,
it's good.
nothing's better than the first
Is
one,
it
though,
Russell
right?
Crowe again?
no, he's
No,
not.
it's
Well, but it's
Is it like
about
his son or
it's
something, or
about
what?
Maximus though. Like it
Yeah.
goes back to Maximus, and it's it's his son.
Yeah. So.
I mean, I feel like a gladiator today. So like
That's it. You look like it too.
Yeah.
Looking solid, brother.
Yeah.
So, sweet.
push-ups and sit-ups, brother.
Well, what else? Anything else? Are we gotta be. We've been sitting here bullshitting for like 3 hours, haven't we? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. If I can go farther than Kamala Harris.
53 minutes.
What's
Okay.
it? 53 minutes?
Yeah.
That's what you told me that it was supposed to be 3 hours, right?
Yeah.
3 hours.
2
Yeah,
hours
3
ago?
hours. Yeah.
What kind of conversation topic? You gotta pull that up now. I got some more stories, but
Yeah.
I kind of want to have a political career later in my life, so I gotta be careful.
You
on
do?
what's-
Why?
what's-
Shit.
I'm gonna run for my
luck.
township board. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There you
maybe
go.
a township board, but I wouldn't go any.
Treasurer or
I wouldn't go
something
any
like that,
past
I
that.
don't know.
Yeah, I don't go any past that. But
No, I saw Bill Schuette the other day.
yeah,
And I asked him, "Are they gonna let Trump in?" And he said, "Yeah." So I figured he's got some know-how that I don't, or whatever. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So we got
Yeah.
Monday coming. You guys,
That's
right.
You getting ready? You having a party at your house?
we should. We should
Yeah.
have a party if we're not going to be there because it's going to be really cold. You
Yeah,
said
freezing.
they're going to do this thing inside. They said now.
That's what I heard today. Yeah, they moved the inauguration to inside.
So we should definitely have a party on Monday.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So you guys think that like we'll have like after last election we had like major universities and stuff like shut down for the day for like I don't know,
Mental health days.
whatever
Nah, I don't know what they are.
safe space type of shit.
How do you look
think
at me
we're gonna
when
see
you
this
say
again.
that?
Honestly, I really don't care if people didn't vote for Trump or whatever. Myself personally, you know what I mean. But like to have it consume your life that much, you know what I mean? Like to me is ridiculous. So we have to stop society because of a presidential.
Yeah.
Well, you didn't get your way.
office.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't
get your way. Yeah.
Right.
And that's why I like my kids to lose you know what I mean? You can't just have them win.
Right.
No.
I'm like,
They're not about participation trophies and blue ribbons all the time.
no, yeah. I mean, to an extent when they're younger to give them to get them
Yeah.
into stuff, but there's an age that shit's got to get cut off.
Yeah.
It's the real world. It's gonna eat you up. I tell my daughter, one of my daughters, that all the time that the world's tough. You know what I mean? It's gonna eat you up and chew you up if you don't just start getting a thick skin.
Yeah.
Right.
She's 9 years old, but I'm like. This ain't in a loving way, you know. I'm like, I want to let you know this right now, but at the same time, I kind of want to drop them off in a rough neighborhood when they get a little older, and be like, if you make it home,
If you make it home, it's a win.
You are worthy.
no cell phones, no money, no nothing like that, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
we'll see how they turn out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it'd be great.
Yeah. I don't know.
Should have done that to you too.
Yeah. He pretty much did. He left me alone with you a while.
He left you in a cornfield. If you can use the stars to get back.
Find your way home.
Yeah. That's Steve's interpretation of a farmer. It's just
Farmer.
Yeah.
Yeah, these guys, you wouldn't know you guys are farmers, honestly. But the thing is you guys dress like shit until you met me, honestly.
Yes.
Even though I'm in a
You can tell.
hoodie,
You can tell.
Yeah.
It's
I
Friday,
appreciate.
it's casual day at the office.
I appreciate you
Have time to
coming
go
in
home.
to our podcast
Yeah.
with a
Thank
hoodie
you.
on. I
When
For
I
acting
started
like this is a
hanging
big
out
deal.
with business with
It's
you, you
Magnum
had
Opus.
Oversized suits. You look like you're an NBA player from the '90s or something like that. And now look at you. You got some fitted. You got pink pants. Was
I
it
did wear pink
salmon
pants.
Or are they salmon?
Salmon.
Salmon.
It
All
was
right.
salmon.
Make sure we get the palette.
Salmon
Yeah,
coat
come on.
too, actually.
What was
But,
it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're known at the Midland Country Club with that.
Yes. Turn some heads. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Oh man.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
I'm excited
Well, no.
for you guys to have this. This has
Yeah.
been fun, honestly.
Yeah.
It's been a good time. You guys let me come talk my shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm always good at putting a story. You guys talked about 7%. I think I took.
That's perfect. That's exactly what we
That's how
wanted.
we want it. Yeah.
That's what we kind of figured how it go. And we
Figured-
definitely, we know you got some good stuff coming up too. So we definitely
Yeah.
be looking forward to, maybe we'll have you back on. We'll see how this podcast goes, if we get any
next
likes at all.
Get
Right.
your Jamie, that's fact checking shit. You know what I mean? So we can get pulled up on the screen.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Need
We can do that.
You do this too?
I can do that.
Yes.
Where are your AI bots at? We want them to do it.
We'll get one of
there
them
you
to do
go.
it.
No,
Yeah.
we'll have you do it. I think you need
We'll
to be
do
part of
that.
the show.
We
More.
have
You're
way
the
less
guy behind.
professional young Jamie.
Yeah, but,
Yes.
I was just gonna say that.
but you're back there. You're
Yeah.
in here with us. People don't realize.
Yeah.
There's someone behind the camera here.
Yeah.
Right.
I think you should have the laptop and you should fact check me as we
Yeah.
go.
Yes. Pulling up it's like I got my earpiece, like bullshit. Bullshit.
Mike is about
That was
45% right about
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
Embellish the last part of
Yes. Yes.
So-
We're gonna delete that out.
it. Yep.
There'll be a lot of editing to this episode for sure.
So
So
like for educational use only or something.
Yes.
Like that.
Yes.
Disclaimer on
Oh,
this one.
purely educational.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but no,
Yeah.
enjoyed having you on for sure.
Yeah.
And yeah, looking forward to the new things you're gonna be doing over there. Can't wait to have you back.
We're
And
here next. I'm back next week again. Be on podcast.
yeah, we'll call you. We'll have our people call you.
Yeah.
Listen,
Every people
a year
call you.
from now, right?
Yeah.
Like, we got a year from now.
Yeah,
get
we're
some better
pretty
guests
we're
in.
pretty booked
Yeah,
right now.
we got
so.
everybody up till like 26,
26.
28,
Like, here, hold on,
somewhere
we
in
can
there.
Put a date in the calendar right
Yeah,
now.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Once,
Keep
you know,
You're
scrolling.
fine. You're fine. Yeah. So
calendar doesn't go that far.
no.
No.
Leap year in there, year or what? But yeah, this is cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wish you guys success, and
Cool.
you guys got a lot of good things going on yourselves with the crypto and
Yeah.
the cannabis, all sorts of cannabis. I
Yeah.
think Mike, meeting up with you and kind of partnership that we've created, and Blake here tagging along on your coattails and everything. But I've had some really good memories and events with you. How many people can talk about going in front of tribal councils, like working with sovereign nations. You and I are both.
Yep.
Can say
done
that.
that. Been there,
I've
done
it on
that.
my own. You've done it on your own. I've done it with you. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Planting hemp with a Native American tribe.
Yep.
I mean that.
Yeah.
Was
We
one
can
of my.
we can check some boxes.
Yeah.
We've been there, done that. Yep.
doing that. So I think you guys, you guys have brought something, being, one of the top producers of hemp and processors in the state. I think you're doing a good job there, and
Sure.
look forward to seeing how far this goes. And I might even smoke a cigar that doesn't have cannabis in it. If
That's awesome.
you guys do something, I'll tell
Yeah.
you
Be a
that.
success.
How many times?
That'd
How
be
many
awesome.
times have I attempted to smoke? Or
It's a lot. Yeah, it's only been a couple that I've seen that you've tried, but yeah, we're gonna. I think we're gonna have to start smoking on the podcast.
I
Actually,
think so for sure.
I think
yeah.
my neighbor loves when I hang out with you because of when we go to the cigar events and I get all those.
Really, all the free cigars?
Yeah, he loves it.
Nice,
Like, 'cause, what is the one brand that we always get?
Fuentes.
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 Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's like, oh, these
Yeah, those are good. Oh yeah, they're
Great,
good. They're
yeah.
He's
solid.
like, Steve, you need to smoke these, and I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, dude, I smoke enough for the other stuff. I don't smoke that much, but.
Yeah. Yeah. No, we're excited for this and excited for the stuff you're doing, and I have you back, and maybe your wife too. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, we could bring Candace
I
on
mean,
too.
we got to get a fee for her, though, honestly.
Right. Well, I figured.
Trying to make some money off
Yeah.
her.
Yeah.
And,
Right.
Yes,
Be a
exactly.
good one. No, she could, talk to you. She's, I got her interesting. She's an ENT, but she's a specialist, subspecialist. So she does cochlear implants and brings, so we're talking about AI. She implants something into people's heads so they can hear again, brings hearing back, and she's like does the most in the state of Michigan. So she's
That's
big
awesome.
deal.
That's great.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
At least somebody's making the bank in your family.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone's
Perfect.
Got to.
perfect.
Someone's got to.
That's awesome.
Amen.
Good for you, brother.
Yes. Behind a strong woman is a strong man, right?
That's right. It's something,
Sure.
it's something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember, she took my last name, though.
Yes, she
Right.
did. She did. I can't believe she took it, but she
I
did.
can't believe you took Jamie's last name. That was thinking of you.
No.
Honestly.
Oh, good with that.
All right, fuck it.
So,
We're
yeah.
done, right? Last show.
Think so.
We're out.
We're good.
Yeah.